Welcome back, Sketching Up. I am Chris. I'm with Connor and Kyle. Guys, how are you today?
I'm doing great today, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What about you, Kyle?
You know, just chilling. Came down from Mount Olympus, partying hard, just hanging.
Oh, so now you're a Greek god.
Bro, I've been sitting Mount Olympus, bro. I'm a god just in general, bro. So I can go wherever I want. I can go to Valhalla, Mount Olympus. I can go everywhere. I can go where black Jesus is, white Jesus is. We everywhere.
I will say that he did live in Athens for a while. Athens, Georgia.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's like this. It's pretty much the same thing, right?
Yeah, bro.
What did they have there? What was the was it Stonehenge?
Man, bro, it was
in
nothing out
Athens,
there, but,
Greece.
bro.
No. Kyle
bro,
was showing me.
Bro.
It's not the real one, obviously.
First of all, man, back in there is the cut. What you mean, bro? Back in there, you get shiesty back there, bro. Spooky back there.
Don't they have like a recreation of the Parthenon there or something like that? I'm trying to remember. There was something in like Percy Jackson that they go to, and it's like the American version of a Greek, it's like a museum or something in Athens.
It's not a museum, but it's just like a little. It actually got a neighborhood, Stonehenge.
Oh
It's
wow!
a neighborhood.
Yeah,
it's just a neighborhood.
It's like a neighborhood, it's a neighborhood, but it has a replica Stonehenge out front.
Yeah, just right.
Well, that's kind of
like
in my roommate's from New Hampshire, and there's a place in New Hampshire that's the America's Stonehenge, because it's just like a really old pile of rocks from the times before we came and destroyed this country.
It's funny because I have old pile of rocks in my backyard. I think I can open it up as America's Stonehenge too.
Yeah, you can also charge $15 for tickets.
But I'm going to call it America's Stonehenge 2, just like a movie.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
I think that'll get the crowds coming, Chris.
So Connor has something he wants to talk about. He's very excited to talk about it. That Clone Wars has its last episode happening tomorrow. So Connor, take it away.
All right, everybody. So if you know me personally, you know that I am a staunch defender of Star Wars The Clone Wars, the television series. Both the Tartakovsky 2D version and also this current 3D version, which ends tomorrow. This 3D version, it went off to a rough start. People weren't super into it. It felt very kid-drawn, like most cartoons are. But as it's evolved over the years, the first 2 seasons were all just kind of random episodes thrown together. Every week was a different episode. You went to a different place. Starting at season 3, they started making these long storylines that continued onwards throughout the show. And right now, this final season has been phenomenal as it's wrapped up so many storylines. And this last episode, last week, episode 11 of the season, connected perfectly with episode 3 of the movies, as Order 66 just went down, and shit is off the chain. Stuff is crazy. They've evolved Darth Maul into an incredible, Shakespearean character. He has these great long monologues that goes on. You get to see Mandalore more than Mandalorian's just more than Jango Fett's 6 lines before Mace Windu cuts off his head.
Can I cut you off really quick?
Of course.
Darth Maul. I am not familiar with the series that much. That's why you're not going to hear too many opinions from me. I don't want to talk about something I don't know. But Darth Maul, I always remember, was one of the most... I think he was one of my favorite villains, but he never got any play in the movies.
Nope.
He was killed off in the only one he was in, and he really never got to grow. So him being in, that's awesome.
The only thing they really did with him in that movie, which was still terrifying, was he was just an amazing fighter, and he looked great. That look was awesome.
Yeah,
as a kid, you're sitting there
lightsaber.
He's kind of scary as a kid. It came out in what 19? It came out in 2000.
2000.
Yeah, that's scary when you're 6 years old. You're like, ugh, this guy's got horns. He has these weird,
how badass he was. He was so badass.
Oh, so great! And what was crazy too is it was the stunt coordinator for the movie was the guy who played Darth Maul.
Oh, really?
Just because they were like, hey, you can do all these fights. Yeah, let's make him into Darth Maul.
But continue, sorry.
But yeah, no, they turned Darth Maul into this awesome character that has stories all the way through. and even goes into Rebels. Like, they even bring him back for that. And it was like 3 years ago, him and Obi-Wan had their final fight. And it actually kind of mimics what happened when Darth Maul kills Qui-Gon Jinn. They just do such cool things. Dave Filoni's done an incredible job with the Star Wars universe he's been given. George Lucas kind of gave him the reins to, expand the universe as much as he wants. He's been the consultant on all the movies that have come out. But he's told his stories that he's wanted to within the Star Wars universe in this cartoon way, and it's been incredible. The animation in this final season has been amazing. The storylines have been great. So that's pretty much all I'll give you. I don't want to spoil too much other than that. It's if you have Disney Plus, it's worth a watch through. I can understand not wanting to watch the first 2 seasons, as each episode is kind of not sequential, doesn't really have a storyline going on. But if you start at season 3 and go onward, if you want to skip all those kind of like inconsistent episodes, head right on in. You'll enjoy the hell out of it. It's Star Wars stories expertly told in a different medium.
And when and where can they watch the last episode?
It'll be up on Disney Plus tomorrow night. I don't know exactly what time. Disney Plus has been a little bit iffy depending on where you are. Like, last week's episode didn't end up actually showing up for me until Tuesday. As it's not live broadcast anywhere, it just shows up on the site. So keep an eye out. Yeah, keep an eye out Monday, May 4th. If it really doesn't show up, it'll definitely be out by Tuesday, May 5th.
Well, I know, like, for the May the 4th thing that always happens, they're putting every single Star Wars movie on Disney Plus on May 4th as their May the 4th be with you thing.
Yeah, I'm just not surprised that they were like, oh yeah, make the season end on May 4th. Just do it. You got it.
Yeah, that's definitely like planned.
Oh, of course.
It's definitely planned. Let's go from series that are ending to series that are coming back. So I was perusing the internet, which is always a fun thing to do, and I came across a list of series that are getting rebooted, and some of them I just sit there and I'm like, why? Like, why? So I'm gonna say something like, because we already know, like, I don't know if you guys know, but the Thundercats, Thundercats show, that one came back. So let me
don't talk about that. That's
let me
blasphemy.
name a couple more.
Don't blast. That's blasphemy.
I want to hear.
We don't talk about that. We don't
hear
talk
your
about
guys' opinion. All right.
We don't talk about Thundercats.
We're not going to talk about Thundercats. We're going to talk about other stuff.
No.
Throw it to us, Chris.
Right.
Throw it to us.
So the first one I'm going to give you, King of the Hill, is getting a reboot.
That
How?
doesn't need a reboot. What are they gonna do?
Why? What are they gonna do?
Like, I
Is
get it.
John-
Like, they can
is-
just kind of keep riding within that humor zone, but like,
I guess,
all right.
but like, what is John Acorn going to sleep with everybody, get everybody else pregnant?
Probably. Honestly, I bet that's a
couldn't tell you.
storyline.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't get it.
I don't know either.
That's
I know
stupid.
that
That's
Mike Judge
stupid to
does
me.
Silicon Valley. I don't know if that show's still going on. I think it is, but he's like the creator of that show, so I don't know. They definitely cut into that, but that's like the lowest on the poll here. So
Are you
if
serious?
if you were like, why on that one? Just wait for the next ones, okay?
Okay.
Inspector Gadget is getting a reboot on Netflix.
Is it going to be kiddie or is it going to be adult?
As far as I know, it's going to be a cartoon.
So it could be a mix, like all the other stuff we talk about.
Correction.
I hope it's a mix.
The new
It's what?
series uses updated CGI as opposed to hand-drawn animation. So it's going to be CGI'd, which is just going to be creepy. You're going to see...
It'll probably be
robot claws
closer to
coming out
like.
of his
the
head.
kid
It'll probably be
Yeah,
closer to like these Star Wars animations, honestly.
Probably.
Yeah, so it's going to be, because I've seen an episode of few of Clone Wars, and honestly, I did like Clone Wars because I love Star Wars.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm probably going to check that out. For real, I
Yeah.
appreciate that plug because you made me want to watch it. Look, hikey. I was like, dang, all right,
When I got passion, I'm gonna make you guys watch stuff.
yeah.
Of course.
You still got to watch some of the stuff we got.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's coming along. It's coming along.
Yeah. all right. We're gonna check in on that. I bet, but I don't know, man. That's gonna be weird for me, bro. Inspector Gadget. what they're gonna do? How are they gonna do this? Like, if it's Super Kitty, it's gonna be terrible.
I think.
And I just feel like Disney's. Is it Disney? Who's doing it? Who's doing it?
It's on Netflix.
It's
going to be a Netflix original.
Yeah. It's
okay. So it might be slick. It might be smooth. I'm about to say, if Disney did it, they're gonna botch it, and they're gonna make it Super Kitty, and they're gonna like overkill it, kind of like they did Teen Titans Go, and they're just gonna ruin it.
I don't know. See, I don't know if they'll continue. This says they're going to do new seasons. But I feel like something like that, you might as well just start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for the next one?
Good.
The Wild Thornberrys is getting a reboot movie. I don't know if that already happened though.
I mean, I remember the one movie they had. I remember the one movie they had.
Sounds very familiar.
Well, yeah, the movie they had, I saw that in theaters.
Yeah,
well, no, like this is a
with the little was that
movie,
was with the little snatches, the little scratch and sniff. You can smell
that was their second movie. That was with the that was Rugrats Go Wild. That was Rugrats Go Wild.
That was the one I seen. And you got the scratch and sniff because I went and seen it in theaters with YMCA. It was ill.
Mm-hmm. You had to get it from Burger King.
Mm-hmm. They literally took us to Burger King, bro. Dead serious. Took us all to Burger King so we get one. We went because they knew somebody that worked at the theater and they got us all in there for free. So we was lit.
So
that's how I watched it.
This
Fun fact.
This new movie hasn't come out yet. It was supposed to come out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't come out yet, so I don't know if that's even going to happen. But it is in the works for a reboot movie, TV movie.
I mean, I kind of like Wild Thornberrys, and there's a lot of ways you can go because you can show her when she's grown up, or Eliza, and you can show Eliza grown up doing her thing.
And they could make it with everything that's been going on in the world and everything. They can make it a little more of a, conservation-based show too. Getting kids into the ideas of, protecting the world for future generations.
Educational.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because it had a little bit of an educational tone, but it really was focused on that just kind of like goofiness. Mm-hmm. But I feel like educational tone shows have been boosted in the last 15 years. People are actually not afraid. Kids don't mind watching that kind of stuff.
Then that means Captain Planet is going to come back at some point.
Oh God, Captain Planet.
I'm just saying, bro. Captain Planet is going to come back.
You are close.
I mean,
you are close. The next one that's on this list is the Magic School Bus.
Oh, I've seen the reboot. They did a reboot, and I seen it. I don't even know where I was, but I seen the reboot of it. There's like a newer Magic School Bus.
It doesn't look too bad.
It's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's still Magic School Bus, but it's like Miss Frizzle's niece or something. It's weird.
Younger sister.
Sister. Okay, there you go. Younger sister, and it's like the weirdest thing. But Magic School Bus is Magic School Bus.
You want to know something I saw the other day? Actually, I posted it on our Instagram, on our story that Nickelodeon put out. They put out the moment that Steve left Blue's Clues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did see that on Insta.
It was a lot. I never saw it before. I was like, damn, if you were a kid, that would be so emotional.
It would probably be devastating.
Yeah.
Well, for a little kid, I guess, yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not saying for us it was. We know the backstory and everything, but it was about him going off to college, and you're looking at it, you're like, damn. For kids, this was probably really, really sad.
Mm-hmm.
And
now you got to get used to a new dude
and stuff.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It was cool.
Another one has a premiere date and everything is in sometime this year. It's not an actual date. It just says sometimes this year. Animaniacs is getting a reboot.
Ooh, I'm into that.
Okay, who's doing it?
Connor and I.
Who's doing it?
It is. It doesn't say where it's gonna be. It just says in 2020. And
I like that.
Steven Spielberg is returning as the executive producer.
I love
it's gonna slap them.
I'm
excited about Animaniacs.
And they need to go ahead and bring back Freakazoid. That's my boy. That is the only reason why I ever watched Animaniacs was to watch Freakazoid.
Freakazoid? No.
That's all I care about.
That wasn't Animaniacs, was it?
Yes, dude. There was a little short. They used to always do the little short. No, well, it was in this thing, and then it became its own show. Like it was like a little short. But then they have to bring back Freakazoid.
Freakazoid is literally just WB's Deadpool.
Yeah,
that's really all
exactly.
It
is. It's so ill though, bro. Like they need to go ahead and bring back Freakazoid. Come on, do me that favor.
Freakazoid's intro is crazy.
Oh man,
Freakazoid.
Something, no underwear. Freakazoid, Freakazoid, with the little swing music in the back. That's ill.
So the Rob Paulson? I can't remember all three of their names, but they go on tour all the time, doing the songs that they did in Animaniacs. They do it all the time. They go to Comic Cons and all this other stuff, and they do all these different things. So it makes sense that they bring this back. The first, I think it was 3 seasons, maybe 2 seasons of Animaniacs is some of the most underrated TV out there. It is funny.
Yo, it's so hilarious, funny. And they gave you so many good adult jokes. Like a lot of their jokes was like, oh man, what's it?
Fingerprints.
Double entendre. Like it was a lot of double entendres going on because like
fingerprints. Like we're looking for fingerprints, and she has prints. And she's like, no, fingerprints. She goes, I don't think he'll like that.
Yeah, like that's funny.
That's not for kids.
They nailed the humor, and it honestly holds up. After my senior year, my roommate and I rewatched a bunch of the show, and just like it held up.
The first 2 seasons are like really, really hold up. I think it's like season 3 or 4, and then after that, it does go down. I remember the writing staff left after I think it was season 3 or 2, so it does go down a little bit. Because I rewatched the whole thing too recently. I think I did it with Manny, our friend Manny. By the way, I looked it up. It's going to be on Hulu.
Ooh.
It'll be on Hulu.
Oh, nice.
So
Hulu's been picking up some shows, guys. It's picking up some
Hulu's
shows.
Lit. I've been in love with Hulu. I've been in love with Hulu since like 2014.
I mean, that's how I've been binging My Hero. I know you'd be happy about that, Kyle.
Ooh, where you at on that? Bro?
I finished season 3. We'll save that for another episode. We'll talk. We'll have a My Hero talk. Maybe one of our doodles.
Okay. Quick thing. Somebody has to relish in this moment with me. Okay. Slime Sage. All right, when All Might jumped in the League of Villains hideout when he did that whole like Goku like
oh yeah,
yo bro, yeah. I went nuts in the house, bro.
This show is just so good.
What was the last thing you seen?
Last episode of that season was the so they just moved into the dorms and Bakugo and Midoriya fought.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause yo. Oh, so did you see it how All Might broke it up and all that junk?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Boy, just wait till you be overhauled. It's ill. Ooh. Fat Gum gets crazy. Oh, I'm not gonna spoil it, but Fat Gum go crazy.
I imagine Chris is sitting here like, who are all these characters?
Bro,
there's a character named Fat Gum.
God, what's his name? Red Riot. That's my guy. Him and Fat Gum, my guys. They're my guys. They're gonna make you cry, bro. They're gonna make you cry.
I can't wait, dude.
Watch it, bro. Because like, yo, bro, they just made me cry, bro. I was in there. I was
most excited.
Crazy,
Kyle's
bro.
been on the podcast in a while.
Yeah, bro. Don't talk about no anime.
Like he's gonna run
boy,
through
I
a
go
wall.
crazy, man. Man, boy. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll have to catch up on it too, and we could do like just a full thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, don't get me started, bro. I go crazy on some anime, bro.
Yep. First 3 seasons are dubbed on Hulu.
No, go get Verve. Get Verve, and you can get all the seasons and catch all the way up like me.
Okay.
And then we can have a real discussion.
We'll talk about this after.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to remember that at the end. All right, I'm going to give you guys 2 cartoons to finish this off that you're probably going to be upset about. All right.
As long as one of them make the Powerpuff Girls, I'll be upset.
Well, the Powerpuff Girls was rebooted.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that shit was
no. These are ones that have not come out yet. That are.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
no, I just wanted to say that.
The first one, Brandon and I talked about on the last podcast, and it's very weird. Very weird that this is getting a reboot. The Jetsons is
Why
getting a reboot. Wait, a live action reboot. Jetsons is getting a live action reboot.
Pass.
Who's doing this?
Pass.
Who's doing
ABC.
this?
ABC.
Oh, they're so stupid. This is going to be low
That's
budget.
Disney.
It's going to be
Disney.
dumb. Man, bump Disney. We all know
No,
Disney.
they'll throw some money at it. It's going to be on
they'll throw
ABC.
money at it.
Okay, it's going to be
Think of
poorly
who
done, though.
Think of
It's
this.
going to be poorly done. No, but it's going to be poorly done.
Warner now has the cartoon market cornered, because they have Cartoon Network, they have Boomerang, they have the FX stuff, they have all that stuff. Like all that stuff on HBO Max is Warner. They have it cornered, especially with the classic cartoons.
Yep.
So, now Disney has the Jetsons, or they might have always had it. I don't know. Maybe Jetsons is on ABC to begin with. I have no idea.
That's
Of course they're going to do something. And if you'd be lying if you said you didn't realize that Disney likes to do those live actions.
I
That's
know
all
Disney
they're doing with
loves
their
live
cartoons.
action. That's all they ever did was live action. That's why I stopped liking Disney.
Like, why have a live action Lion King? I just don't understand.
Oh
it.
my god, bro. Well, I can't sit here and flex though.
Well, I
I love the cast. I love the cast. The cast was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
I have to say that. I have to say that because I can't sit here and discredit it all the way. But I would have just did a reboot of the cartoon with the same cast.
They don't even need to do that. They didn't need to do anything.
I'm just saying, if they wanted a reboot, I'm just saying, if they even wanted a reboot, they could have just literally just redid it. They said they would have just promoted it as, hey, we're paying homage to it on the day it releases, this special, reanimated version with a whole new cast, whoop-de-whoop. All you gotta do, got Beyonce on there, you got Donald Glover on there, so that goes ill, right? Just with Beyonce right there goes crazy.
So I haven't seen it because I don't want to see it. I really don't. I have no.
I'm gonna go watch it.
No
and then
intention.
I'll go watch it.
That's my
favorite
People already told
movie.
me about it. Yeah, I love Lion King.
Lion King was my favorite Disney movie, so I gotta actually go see it though, because I haven't seen it just because
I was told it's good by people, and then I say, is it better than the original? And they say no. It's like, then why did they do it? If you're gonna remake something and it's not better than the first one,
if it's just as good as the original, then that's fine.
But that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting it's good. It's not as good as the original.
Oh, well, if it's not as good, then yeah, you're right. There's no point. But if it was just as good, then that's fine if it's just as good. But
if it was just as good or better, if they said it was better, I'd be like, okay, then yes, then that makes sense. But none of these movies that are live action have been called better than the originals.
Oh, okay. Well,
don't forget, the originals, it's like a new story that you've never heard before, told in it's the same format told in a different way, and it just captures you, whether you're a kid or an adult. Like The Lion King captured you. So whether you're a kid or an adult, like these movies Aladdin captured you. Now you're trying to recapture magic that's you're trying to recapture something you already let out.
See, you know what I would have did with both of those franchises? With Lion King, you know what I would have did? I would have told Scar story, whole new cast, whatever, tell Scar's story. Led up to the events with Mufasa.
Exactly. Like what
you know what I'm saying?
Sorry to
do something like that.
They did with was it Maleficent?
Yeah, that story. Maleficent was just
yeah, and that's the story of the villain, not the story retold. And I like that.
And then you see a different perspective because you understand. I want to see Jafar's story. I want to know Ursula's story. Because honestly, contrary to most believe, bro, Ursula did not jug Ariel at all. Ariel was just stupid and didn't read the fine print.
Well, she was also supposed
and
to be
didn't
16.
want to accept it. Well, guess what?
16 years old.
Well, I understand that, but when you sit there and try to act grown, bro, you gotta make that decision. You gotta think like one though.
We're cartoon watchers. We watch a lot of cartoons, and when the main character makes a stupid decision, you're like, well, they're supposed to be 13. Of course, they're gonna make a stupid decision. So what's the difference?
I guess I've seen 16-year-olds make better decisions than that.
That's one of the big reasons that they're 16 and that they're 13 is when they make the stupid decision. It's not a 26-year-old regular show. When they make a dumb decision, you're like, that's a stupid decision. Like you can't because they're supposed to be in their mid-20s. Like that's a stupid decision. But when Dipper Pines makes a stupid decision, he's supposed to be 12. Although he doesn't really make stupid decisions.
No, he doesn't. I know what you're saying. I get it. I get the references.
That's why they're at that age, so they can make the stupid decisions, and they have a reason behind why they made a dumb decision. So what I'm trying to say is like Ariel, like she's supposed to be like 15 or 16 or something like that. So she's made.
I guess so.
She doesn't. I'm sure you didn't have your priorities completely down, in check at 15, 16 years old.
No, God, no. I know how to read the font. God, no. I didn't have it at 23.
Like, at 16, she's a white 16-year-old. She wants to change, so she's going to take the most dramatic, drastic change she can. That's kind of what, it is. B. Gill and I were talking about this last week with the MCU. He said he doesn't really like the MCU. I don't mind the MCU at all. I kind of do like it. I'm not going to say I love it. There are some stuff I don't like about it, but what I really like about the MCU...
Okay. Well, I was going to say what you don't like about it.
Well, let me say what I do like about it, because it's part of what we're talking about. What I really like about the MCU is that they tell the stories of characters we know, but they're different stories. Like, I can't go and get the comic book for some... like. Far from home,
there's no identical like comic book story.
Yes, and I love that. We were talking about Kick-Ass, and I think Connor and I talked about Kick-Ass. Maybe Kyle, you might have been here. I don't remember. Kick-Ass, the movie. If you watch the movie without reading the comic, you'll probably like it. But if you read the comic,
I love the movie.
If you read the comic, you won't like the movie as much because it's word for word the same exact thing, word for word.
I mean, that's what basically manga is to anime, so I wouldn't have a big problem with that.
I guess. When you watch something, or this goes back to what we were talking about, you kind of want a different feel to it. You don't want to I don't want to watch a movie and he says the exact same line for line stuff that I read in the comic book. Like, I liked Kick-Ass.
I mean, I know what you're saying.
I like Kick-Ass 2 a lot more. I might be in the minority on that one.
I liked both of them.
I liked Kick-Ass. I didn't love I liked it, but I liked Kick-Ass 2 a lot. I don't know why I liked it more. But they're both word for word.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess since I've never been a huge, like, I enjoy comic books from time to time, but I never, like, super got into them like you did, Chris. So, like, I feel like, personally, even if I saw that it was, like, word for word the comic book, I'd be like, oh, cool, I actually get to, like, see the action in full, like, in front of me kind of stuff. So I feel like there is benefits to it as well of having that, straight from comic to cinema. I mean, look at how people from the Watchmen community reacted when even though it felt like it was different than the comic book.
Yeah, so
the
people
original
really
movie.
don't like when you get away from the source material.
I did say
there's
a personal preference for you though.
No, for sure. I think it's just like there's that two unique groups of like there's people who are like, oh, it has to be identical to the source material. Yeah. It's brilliant. Fuck you if you disagree. And then there's the other group that's like, I don't really want. I already read the comic. I don't want to see this story exactly again.
I want
do something special with it.
See,
I like it in the middle. I like it in the middle.
That's what I was about to say. I wouldn't mind it in the middle if some of the stuff was the same. Like, for example, the original Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. They are identical and different. They're identical because the story is almost correct to the comic book of how he got his powers. It's almost there.
Right.
But it's not quite there. There are some subtle differences that make it a new, unique story.
Like, that's good, though.
Web coming from his wrists is not from the comic book ever. Like, he always had web shooters. But in the movie, that's a subtle difference to it.
But I like that, though.
MJ meeting in high school has changed everything. Now she's always met in high school. He doesn't meet MJ till college in the original Spider-Mans.
Oh,
he doesn't meet her until like 60-something issues in. But in this, maybe even more. But in this, he meets her right away, and that kind of changed everything. Now everything you watch, she's like always met in high school.
I like the difference when they had, what was her name? When they had Emma Stone, I think Gwen.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they had Gwen. Oh, I cried when Gwen died. Gwen was my
that's
girlfriend.
also a subtle difference.
Oh my god, I love Gwen. I love her more than Mary Jane. I hate Mary Jane.
In the movies or in,
but I like her better in the comic book.
Yeah, I do too.
Just because she comes Spider-Gwen, and that's ill. She lit.
Gwen,
she rocked it out for real.
Those movies even had the subtle differences to the Amazing Spider-Man comics. Like when Gwen dies, it's the same and different. Like that's how she dies, but that's not the location. That's not the person that kills her. None of that stuff. But that is how she dies. So I like that kind of stuff.
But
I
it's
like
for
that
cinematic
kind of stuff.
purposes, and that's cool. If you like, just like how like manga, like for example Naruto, right? Naruto will have like the manga, right? And you'll see the fight scene, whoop whoop, but then the anime version of it is like longer. It will have more fight sequences in it and all that other stuff in it. So like that stuff I think is cool if you do that, but you still gotta at least be in the same premise of the source material.
So what
you
I'm
can't
saying
be super different.
Let's go full circle. What I'm saying with things like The Lion King is if you're not gonna do it better, or you're not gonna put a new spin on it, why remake it? Like I don't think they should make movies to try to make it better. Money, that's it. Yeah, I said that earlier. I get why they did it because it's money.
We get it.
If Dumbo is making a ton of money, I'm sure The Lion King is gonna quadruple it.
Yeah.
So
then the soundtrack was really good too. So like they just, you know what I'm saying? They honestly hit it out the ballpark if you want to talk about just by a business decision.
I heard the best part of the movie is Timon and Pumbaa. Now I haven't seen it, so I can't give my opinion. I'm giving opinions because I've sourced to find out.
You might as well watch it, bro.
I might as well.
You might as well watch it, bro. Bro, watch it. If you watch it, I'll watch it because I got Disney Plus.
You want to watch it together?
I got Disney Plus.
You want to watch it together on 2/7 on that website? Not now. I'm not gonna watch it right now or later today. I'm gonna go enjoy the weather.
Yeah.
Sometime this week we'll watch it.
Yeah, we set up a time. We gonna do that.
Connor, you are also invited, but you have to bring snacks.
Yeah, come on, son. Say what you talking about, bro.
Of course, I'm the snack guy.
You gotta bring snacks.
Well,
so
virtual snacks.
Since we're talking Spider-Man, I want to transition over to Spider-Man because Sony. Listen to this. Sony is starting their own. Like we all knew they were starting their own Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
They announced the name of their universe. And the universe is going to be called Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel Characters.
Rolls nicely off the tongue.
Right off the tongue.
Universe of Marvel Characters. So is this going to be like a?
They want it to be called Sony's MCU. They want
and it's going to be everybody's going to be intermingling and interacting with each other. That might be kind of lit.
Well, they only have the rights to the Spider-Verse. So
I'm just saying,
they're not all going to be interacting with each other. The only time Marvel characters will be interacting with Sony characters is when they're in Spider-Man movies. That's it.
So
they can't do anything else. But so the good thing with this, think about
how many movies you can do with that, though. Think about how many movies you can do with that. With that premise you just said. Think about how many movies you can do with that.
Well, I'm not
because it could be a new problem.
Forget the Spider-Man movies and the MCU characters. What is good about this is they're making the whole Spider-Verse its own thing, which means that Venom and Spider-Man will probably meet.
Ooh.
Now because Venom came out, no Spider-Man. It was so weird. I wish we had the podcast then because I had a lot of opinions about it.
Go ahead and lay it out right now. Just lay it out right now. Get a little bit off your chest right now. Give it a little mini section.
Before it released.
Dun, 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 dun. New segment alert.
Before it released, I didn't understand how they could make a Venom movie without Spider-Man because Venom comes from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The symbiote suit comes from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like he gets it in the Secret Wars when they're in outer space. So I didn't understand how they can even create Venom. But the movie, they did it. They did a good job.
The movie was pretty good, bro. I watched that movie. That movie was good.
That's what I mean.
I was waiting on Carnage. I'm waiting on Carnage.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. But that was my opinion before the movie came out. I didn't understand how they could do it, but they did a good job. So, first of all, the Venom 2 has the dumbest 80s sequelist name ever.
What
And
is it
it's
called?
Venom, Let There Be Carnage. That's what it's called.
They're gonna be Carnage and Venom.
Yeah,
I dig it because
I love
with,
it.
with the first
I
Venom,
love it.
they were pretty self-aware of what they were. They didn't take themselves too seriously, and I kind of enjoy that.
This
So
sounds
I'm
like-
hoping that they do
so
the same thing with
This
this.
sounds
ill.
like it's
I
gonna
like
be a
that. I like
Sharknado
that.
movie. Let
I
There
like
Be
that.
Carnage. So,
Nah, bro. But that okay. Just a quick thing. Just
Go ahead.
embellish me for a minute. Just
Go ahead.
embellish me for a minute. So think about just how ill that's going to be. You got Carnage and then Venom in the same movie. Carnage is going to be wreaking havoc. Venom is going to be like trying to do, he's going to be doing this bad guy thing, but it's going to be for like good purposes type of deal. Or to resolve
anti-hero.
his pain and all that junk. But like, you just see Carnage going nuts. I would love to watch 2 movies of Carnage just killing everybody. That'd be ill. I straight up watch it.
So
I know it's kind of violent. But
they
like,
moved the release
Sure.
date from October 23rd, 2022 to
Mm-hmm.
June 25th, 2021. So production must have been ahead of schedule. And Woody Harrelson is slated as Carnage.
That's gonna be dumb.
For people that
Nice.
For people that didn't
That's
know,
gonna
Woody
be
Harrelson.
dumb
I like
nice.
Woody Harrelson.
That's gonna be dumb nice.
Big
I can't
Woody
wait,
boy.
bro. Because
Big
I
Woody
love
guy.
Carnage.
I'm a big Woody
I
guy.
love Carnage. See, one thing I don't understand about like Marvel and all of them is, dog, like when it comes to like the X-Men, I'm shelling out every single character story. Like I'm going to be killing
Well,
it. You feel me?
They
Like,
did that.
Not bro. They
It's
didn't do Cable. They didn't do
500.
Bishop. They didn't really do Storm for real. You feel me?
Well, Cable
Like
was
they
just
didn't. They never
introduced.
showed what happened to Phoenix. Like for real.
Well, that's
for real,
because
for real.
they don't own X-Men anymore.
I'm just saying, like
That's
what
because
I'm
they
saying.
lost the rights, but they just introduced Cable
Oh, they did. Okay, I'm about to say
Yeah,
because
and
Cable is
Dead-
my
it
favorite
was-
character.
in Deadpool.
Cable and Bishop
Deadpool
are my
too.
2 favorite characters. Period.
I'm not
when it
wrong
comes
on
to
that,
X-Men.
right? It was Cable that was in Deadpool too.
Yeah, Cable's
Yeah, Cable
is in
Deadpool too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was Deadpool
yeah.
too.
So, but I'm just
Same
saying,
guy as
like,
Thanos.
right? But I'm just saying. Like that's what I'm doing. Like that's
Actually,
what I would have did.
One of my favorite lines in Deadpool
And it's a
2
cash grab.
One of my favorite lines in Deadpool 2 is when it's Cable and Deadpool and they're going after him, and he pulls him. He goes, "Listen here, Thanos." Oh, it's so great. I love how self-aware that movie is.
Yeah.
Like, listen here, Thanos, because it's the same guys, both Josh Brolin. But what was I saying? But yeah,
Listen
so
here,
Let There Be
Thanos.
Carnage. Let There Be Carnage is Venom.
Oh.
Venom 2, and it's coming out almost a year early, which is
Gonna
for
be
this time is
smooth.
crazy. Like
Yeah,
with
I wanna
everything
I
being
can't
pushed
wait.
back.
I'm gonna watch. I can't wait to watch that. Like I legit go out and buy that for real. For real.
But just imagine that, like, because of this, there's a very strong possibility that we're gonna see Tom Holland in a Venom movie.
Ooh,
Like,
Is that why he
very
can't do
strong
Spider-Man no more?
possibility. No,
because
he
he's with
no,
that.
they
because
reached
he's
an
doing that?
agreement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're doing.
They
It's gonna be both.
Yeah, they're gonna do both.
Oh, he's
It's
gonna be a Spider-Man too, because I like him as Spider-Man. I like him
I do
as
too.
Spider-Man.
I do like him as Spider-Man.
I
but
think
the-
he's
Sony
almost.
and
I like him
Marvel
way better
reached
than.
an agreement.
I like him better than Tobey Maguire, and I know it's a hot take, and people be looking at me crazy.
I'm
But,
right there
like-
with you, and people hate that, and it's because it's the first one they've seen. I think personally. Now,
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe they just think that Tobey Maguire was better, but I
Nah,
like Tom
Holland.
I like
is
Tom
the best
Holland
one.
the best out of the three.
He's the best one. He's the best one, bro, because he's believable. Like Tobey Maguire looked like a grown man in high school,
Well,
hitting on
I
Kirsten
always
Dunst.
said this. Tobey
looked
Maguire
kinda
was
creepy.
he was a great Peter Parker, but not a good Spider-Man. Andrew
Right.
Garfield was a great Spider-Man, not a
Spider-Man,
good
but
Peter
not a-
Parker.
True
And
that.
Tom Holland's very good at
It's
both.
both. Yes.
I do
True
wish that the Tom Holland Spider-Man had more one-liners than he does. He doesn't do as many. Like, for example, in Far From Home, he does have a good one when he's reaches onto the drone and he goes going up, and then they go up into the thing. That is like a signature thing Spider-Man does all the time in the comics. All the time. And Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man did that a lot in the movies. That's why I thought he was a very good Spider-Man. But, like, it's so hard to believe that Andrew Garfield is this unpopular, nerdy guy. Like
Mhm.
flicks
What is he doing?
Out there doing some kick flips in the
Yeah.
pavilion.
He flips his hair back like, God, why doesn't any girl like me? It's like, no, that's not believable. It's not believable at all. You're a gorgeous man. You're definitely not someone everybody hates.
Yeah, what is he doing now?
Andrew Garfield?
That's a good. I was
know.
literally just thinking about that, Kyle.
Yeah, bro.
Who
He
knows?
should be in another superhero movie because I like him as a superhero.
Yeah, he was a good superhero. He was a really good superhero.
That's what I'm saying. Like
He
some
was
people
not a
need,
Spider-Man.
yeah, not Spider-Man, but he could be somebody else, or you know what I'm saying? Like Captain America. You know, Captain America was somebody else at some point. God, what was he? I think was he in the Fantastic Four? What he the Human Torch? He
Yeah,
was a
Chris Evans.
booty-
Was
Yeah.
he-
Yeah, he was a booty Human Torch, straight cheeks, buns. But when he became Captain America, he was great at being a Boy Scout. Even though I hate
Yeah,
Captain
he was.
America. But he's great at being a Boy Scout. So like he was really good at Captain America.
I don't mind Captain America in the MCU. When I was a kid, Captain America was one of my favorites. People don't
God, no.
realize
He was
People-
corny to me.
people don't realize
Him and Spider-Man.
that I love
I mean, not
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
You better watch
I
your
mean, not
mouth.
Spider-Man. Superman. Superman.
okay.
I meant to say Superman. I'm Batman, bro. Hey, pause this. Hold on. Pause. Big pause. Big pause. I'm a Batman fan. Like straight hardcore Batman. Batman, my guy. All day. Favorite superhero. He can take everybody out. He ain't got no powers. He just got to go out. You feel me? And it's
It
fine.
just shows that if you want to be a superhero, all you have to do is be incredibly rich.
Okay, so why does Batman get that bad rap, but don't nobody be on Tony Stark?
I would say the same thing about Tony Stark. Like,
Oh, okay. Bet. Just keep the same energy. All right, but because everybody be always on my head about Batman. Oh, he's just got money. Whoopty boo.
Batman's more popular than I was
Man,
about to
but-
say. I was about to
Man,
say.
let me tell you, it's
Go ahead.
different, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I'll say
my love of Batman is different though, bro. Because like Batman, he does his research. Hey, homeboy went out to was it Ra's al Ghul? Went in there, went nuts in that assassin, just going nuts out there. You feel me? Then knocks up his daughter on some just straight pimping. You feel me? His kid is badder than him. So like, man, come on. Then he just goes back to Gotham. Gotham is slick to cut. Honestly, if you want to think about it, you go to Metropolis. You know it's all bougie and nice and shiny and junk. Man, you go down there to Gotham, bro. You get robbed anytime. You know what I'm saying? Like the rich get killed out there. So like it's hardcore. And he got to deal with the Joker, bro. Like Lex Luthor.
Yeah, the Joker.
Yeah, he's cool. Lex Luthor's cool. Like he's a straight villain. But the Joker goes crazy.
Well,
what's
Connor
her
and I
name?
have talked about this. That
Bang goes crazy.
what? Connor, did we talk about this on the podcast or just in person?
Frozone.
I think we
In
did
per-
at one point on the podcast,
Man.
Chris.
About the
Man, not
next
Frozone.
MCU
Mr.
villain?
Freeze. Mr. Freeze. Not
Kyle's
Frozone.
still
Mr.
going.
Freeze. Sorry, I had to correct myself, bro. I don't want
You're
these
good.
people to think I'm uneducated, pimping.
Connor and I talked about the next MCU villain, like the major
Okay.
villain. And I don't remember if it was on the podcast or if it was just like us talking. Because I feel like it was when we were coming back from work one day.
It might have been.
I think it was. And I think Doctor Doom is the next big villain. But who are you
I
saying?
like Doctor Doom.
No, I agreed with you. It was
you agree
probably
with me?
Doctor Doom.
I think- I
like
said
Dr.
maybe.
Doom.
I said maybe Galactus.
Galactus,
I thought they were
yeah.
gonna. I still think that could be something as they go because they're kind of going down the
Space.
like they're going more into space and into the multiverse. So I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, then the Secret Wars could be happening. But for the Secret Wars to be a storyline, Doctor Doom has to be introduced because he's a major point in the Secret Wars in the comic books. And one thing about the MCU is even though they create their own stories and they do stay kind of true in a way to the comics. So for them to really have the Secret Wars, Doctor Doom would have to be introduced. But one thing about the MCU is that Thanos is now the most known Marvel villain probably because of the movies. But
Yeah.
and this is another thing I think it was either I don't know, I talked with somebody about this like last year. We had a big discussion on this. I know it means nothing to you guys if you weren't a part of it. Before the MCU, a lot of like Iron Man, kind of Thor, definitely Thanos, the people that are like the favorite and the most popular heroes now and villains now were not even close before the MCU. Like the most popular Marvel people were Captain America, Spider-Man, Wolverine, the Hulk, Doctor Doom was the most popular villain. Fantastic Four were huge, but because they didn't have the rights to these, obviously they weren't able to be in the MCU, and now everything's changed. I mean, people love Iron Man more than almost anyone. I think Spider-Man probably still holds the top spot in Marvel, but like Iron Man and Thor and
Black
the
Widow.
Guardians of the Galaxy, like that. The
I
Guardians
love
of the Galaxy
Guardians of the
and
Galaxy. I
that
love
MCU. The MCU Guardians is not even the original one. That is one of the most recent ones.
I ain't gonna lie. I do like the leader dude. God, I forgot his name.
The
I forgot his name.
Chris Pratt's character.
Yes, Chris Pratt's character.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. I like Star-Lord. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I ain't gonna sit here and cap to you, bro. I like the superheroes that don't got no powers for real, but they still go hard.
Well, they're relatable.
Yeah, them are boys for real. Like him and Batman going nuts. I love it. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But what I was trying to say is like they weren't popular at all. Like I remember the big way you can tell. I remember going to Universal in Florida and seeing which ones were the most promoted, and obviously those are the ones that are the most popular at the time. But I remember even reading like Daredevil was huge. Like he's not as big now because he's not a part of the MCU, and his TV show is very edgy, so really kids can't really watch it. But Daredevil was huge when I was a kid because he was always in Spider-Man. Well, no, he was always in Spider-Man comics. Yes, the movie did help.
I remember the movie because what was that chick's name? She was so fun too. Go ahead.
Jennifer Gardner? Maybe.
Yeah, man, she was bad in that movie.
She was Elektra. Yeah, she had her own Elektra movie.
Yeah, she did really. Go ahead.
It's unfortunate that those movies were not great.
Yeah, bro, because she was the perfect character. Yeah, she was the perfect Elektra.
But that's just like Catwoman was terrible too. So
man,
sometimes they hit.
What's her name? The newest one, the Halle Berry one. I ain't gonna lie, I just love Halle Berry, so I'm gonna give her a pass on it. But the
it's not her fault.
Anne Hathaway.
Oh, in The Dark Knight, yeah. But I'm talking about like specific movies.
The actual Catwoman. Oh, the Catwoman movie with Halle Berry. I thought that was a good movie.
You are just because it's Halle Berry. Trust me.
Yeah,
if I taped another face over Halle Berry and you watched the movie, you'd be like, "Wow, that was not good."
Right, I know, but at least I was like forward about it. I was like, "Bro, I'm just."
Yeah, no, you did.
So I'm gonna like it.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna just be true about it. But Anne Hathaway, perfect.
Yeah, she played it great. It's too bad that
perfect for Catwoman.
It's okay, but it's also too bad that series never kept going. Because man, that trilogy was so good.
I really wanted her to have her own Catwoman movie, man.
I wanted them to keep making Dark Knight movies.
I did too, man. You know I was loving it. You know I was loving all them Dark Knight movies. Man,
that series is beautiful. It's one of the best trilogies, in my opinion, of all time.
To me, it is the best. It is going to always be the best to me. But I really, really like it. Like, you know what DC needs to do? Since if we're talking about trilogies, they need to redo the Green Lantern and then make a whole thing. You know how like MCU did the whole Avengers thing? They need to do a whole thing about the Lantern Corps. Because people don't really realize there's more than just Green Lantern. Then they can get into God, what's his name? Sinestro? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I think he ends up
that would be ill.
They need to kind of do what Marvel did with some of the newer characters. Like in the original characters, you get to see a lot of backstories. Like Doctor Strange, for example. A lot of people wouldn't know who Doctor Strange is without the movie Doctor Strange. But like someone like Spider-Man, they didn't even go into the backstory. That's what they need to do with some of those DC characters because we know their backstory. Like we don't need to know Batman's backstory. If the Robert Pattinson movie has the backstory, that's such a waste of a movie because we know what happened. Everybody knows what happened. And that's one of the things with Spider-Man I thought they did a great job with. They didn't go into the backstory with Tom Holland because we know what happened. You don't have to ever have read a Spider-Man comic to know how he became Spider-Man.
True.
So like I think that's what DC should do, because DC has more known characters
They have
than Marvel.
better characters.
They do. They have better. No, they have like better.
Yes.
I'm not trying to say better characters. They have more well-known
better storylines.
characters.
They're
Not
better
even that.
storylines to me because they're edgier.
I don't have to ever read Wonder Woman to know who Wonder Woman is. That's what I mean. I'm not
Right.
talking about the stories. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm not even trying to get into that. What I'm saying is their characters are more known than Marvel. Maybe
Right.
not anymore because of the MCU, but like I don't have to have ever read a Superman to know who Superman is. To be honest, I've never read a Superman. I know who that is. I know who Superman is. Like I know who Batman is. I know who Robin is. You know, like I know these characters. I don't ever have to have ever picked up a comic book to know this. I don't have to ever have seen a comic book in my life, and I know these characters. So what they should start doing is maybe in the movie you have a very small part or nothing about the backstory, and you go right into them being there for some of the characters. Not all of them.
Yeah.
Some of them
know what
need a
you're talking
backstory.
Like the lesser known.
Yeah, the lesser knowns might need it, but like the big, like I know who the Flash is.
Yeah.
You know,
Get into like my thing, you know what they should have did with Batman too, if they wanted to keep on with the trilogy, just go ahead and let's dip into all the Robins and what happened to them, because one of them ended up being Nightwing, one is like Red Hood, oh man, what's the other one?
Well,
There's another one.
He didn't.
Then they need Damian. Then they need to get Damian Wayne, his son. Man, come on, bro.
Well, he didn't die at the end, but his Batman, quote unquote, died at the end. Remember at the end of the trilogy, they killed off Batman, and obviously he didn't die because you see him at the very end with Alfred. But that's how they end. Like he's now done as Batman.
Right, just like they could redo a reboot of Batman Beyond. Do a reboot of Batman Beyond. That's something you could do live action.
The problem is they've tried to do Batman again, and they just don't do it right. I think DC has a very big problem with casting, but I think that's something for another day, because that I can go a long time about. I think they have more of a problem with casting than they do with the movies themselves. Like who is the last Batman?
Ben
Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
That was not a good pick.
No, man, the other dude in The Dark Knight was perfect Batman for me.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, that was a lit Batman.
He was great, but it was also the movies were written so well and everything.
True.
Like The Dark Knight.
I might have to take a day and do that. I
I'm
might have to take a day and watch all of them.
The second one of that, the whole trilogy is great, but The Dark Knight, the second one, was so good that even if those other two movies were terrible, that trilogy be remembered like amazingly. That's how good The Dark Knight was. No, the one with Heath Ledger.
Oh, the Heath Ledger, yeah.
That one was so good. The two movies sandwiching it could have been terrible, and that would still be remembered as one of the greatest trilogies, because that one movie was so good. The Dark Knight was so good.
Yeah.
I watched it the other day. And once you start watching it, you can't stop, because every moment is so good.
That's Christopher Nolan movies for you.
Yeah, it really is. Christopher Nolan movies are excellent.
I need to watch like all the sequels. Just like you know what me and my aunt's gonna do? We're gonna watch all the Hunger Game movies all in one shot. Just like we're gonna do all the Star Wars movies and watch them all in order.
Wait until May 4th. They'll all be on Disney Plus.
That's tomorrow, dude.
There you go. Wait until tomorrow. They'll be on Disney Plus. I don't even know what day it is.
Saying. It's May 3rd, big dog.
I know May 1st was the other day.
It's May 3rd.
Did you notice no one made the "it's gonna be May" things? Did you notice?
Yeah,
that
I had a funny tweet about it.
Did you? Oh well, plug that Twitter so people
plug
can see.
yourself, bro.
I said the tweet was literally just like, yeah, I don't really see anybody posting it's gonna be May on April 30th. Are people okay?
Yeah, I literally I don't even remember. I think I went down Twitter and I was looking. I'm like, there's no May things. Like nothing. There's nothing about May. I'm like, wow, that's how you know that the country's in is in a bad spot, when people aren't even memeing about something you can only do once a year. But anyway, let's wrap this baby up. you could find everything we have, sketchingup.com. You can hear the latest podcasts. You can see old episodes. You can see everywhere we stream. You can go to our YouTube page, which we're going to start putting more videos out and stuff like that. So that's all right there. Follow us on Instagram at Sketching Up Podcast. We post a lot to our story. We're posting new episodes, all that stuff there. Go to facebook.com/sketchingup. And you can follow us there. We are posting. Each social media has its own thing now. It's great. I love it.
Sir.
They have their own things they're doing. So if you want to catch up with that, Sketching Up. Facebook.com/sketchingup. And then on Twitter, we are sketching_up. And again, we're doing different stuff on there too. So make sure you're following everything. If you're listening on Apple, give us 5 stars. We'd appreciate it if you're enjoying us. If you made it this far, I'm assuming you enjoy the podcast. So if you want to throw us 5 stars, that'd be great. Guys, you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, just, get out there, watch good shows, keep yourself sane, everyone stay healthy, and we'll all make it through this together.
Kyle?
I mean, all I'm gonna say is just, man, watch some Clone Wars, because that's what I'm finna do. Watch some Dark Knight trilogy, because that's another thing I'm finna do. You feel me? Go find you a good snack and just hang out. Be safe. Got a sense.
That last part. Be safe. That last part. Got a sense. No, but that last part. Everybody be safe. Definitely stay safe out there. And thank you for listening. See you later.
Peace out, everybody.
What's wrong, Willie? You seem angry.
I will destroy you! I am Spider-Man.
Much better.
All Kim Spider.